Alright, so today's topic we're gonna be talking about if selling children is a good thing. So I'm saying yes, you guys are saying no. So, and we're gonna argue. Okay. You guys wanna go first?
They have no means of making money because they, can't overcome this thing.
You know what? That's a valid point.
It can even make the kid commit suicide in the future.
No, but if you think about it, the chances of you selling your children to some random family or like let's say to a rich family, it could be low. Just think about that, how their future would be much brighter than yours.
Yeah, but when a parent sells their kid, they're probably aware of what they're selling their kid into. So it's just seems totally wrong.
Okay, that's a fair point. From a moral perspective.
It's pretty important.
And I do agree with that. But when push comes to shove and you really need that money, sometimes the only options you have is to sell your kid or your wife. If you have a wife, hey,
Maybe not
it's
wife.
trafficking. And trafficking is a business, and as business goes, money is money. Sometimes you have to do the best for the overall family. You have to sacrifice one child for the majority, or sacrifice the majority for one child. You see, it's the greater evil.
Yeah, just think about imagine selling your dog. They're the same children. Selling your dog and then it just gives you beneficial.
How about the dad sacrifices himself? The dad works more, have multiple jobs and then provide everything for the family, so they don't have to sell the kids.
But you know what?
The parents should just work for the family.
It could happen, but what if the father or mother, any other person that's older than the child is got hurt, and if any person that takes care of the kid, they can't do nothing to work because many workplaces need people that are functional, and if they're not functional, they're not going to be needed. So the only way that they're going to do this is probably sell their kid and have a better chance of getting more money and using that money to have a better sustainability on themselves.
You know what? I agree.
That presents a different problem, a larger problem within society. Though. It's just, workplaces need to be more accommodating for people who have disabilities.
You know what? I
It's a
agree.
little bit beside the point.
I think that's a fair point, but in the book we are currently reading, the father, his arm, he was saying, is dysfunctional. He cannot really work. So the only sacrifice he has to make is to sell the child to make sure the mother and his other family members are okay.
Doesn't the father spend all his time in tea shops all day though? He could be doing literally anything. He has another arm.
The father spends all of his time gambling away all of their money and their possessions. He doesn't actually care about, his family. And also, there's a clear case of favoritism because in that society, boys are clearly favored over daughters. And, both of those parents in that situation know exactly what they're selling their daughter into. They know that she's going into prostitution. They know that she's going to be raped. And they don't care because ultimately it will lead to a better life for their son.
I think that's a really good point. I think
wrap
that
everything
settles
up.
it. Yeah, I think that settles it. I think you guys have made a very clear point that it's bad, and it has changed my perspective, and I'm willing to consider that side.
Good opinion.
Thank you.
I agree with you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.